Welcome, everybody. Hi, I'm Keith Vitali. Welcome to Psychic Podcast. And before we get started, as always, say hi to my producer, Corey Gomez. Hi, Corey.
Hi.
Well, good. Well, guys, we got another question from our producer, and I seem to really enjoy these. And as always, at the end, I want you to comment and let me know what you thought about my choices. I have no idea what he's going to ask me now, but I guarantee you half the audience is going to say I disagree or whatever the case might be. But let me know, comment, and I'll be sure to respond. All right, Corey, give me your question.
Once again, I want to start this out by always saying no disrespect to anyone involved, but I want to know who you think. I think I already know the answer to this. Who's better? Is Sonny Chiba? I'm a Sonny Chiba guy. Is Sonny Chiba better than Bruce Lee?
Wow, that's a tough one. Definitely not better. Sonny Chiba had a different style, more Japanese. I think he's more powerful. I think he's more intense. Even though Bruce Lee's as intense as you can get, Sonny Chiba was just, I mean, but we're talking about an entirely different style. Bruce Lee's in Chinese system, and it's a whole different system. But what Bruce did was he broke out of what was traditional and he started going against the grandmasters because he wanted to use a strong side forward and do different things. He was even the first person who started sharing his techniques with outsiders outside of the Chinese, and which upset a lot of people. But Bruce Lee took it to another level. He was like almost like a scientist or a doctor. He would investigate and he would work on it and try to discover the best ways. And this is how whereas most practitioners practice. I think Sonny Chiba would have been one of the ones he'd have learned his techniques and have been very good at it. Bruce Lee was always trying to improve, and I think Bruce Lee, I always give him the nod, the edge, almost no matter what category we're talking about.
I and we've mentioned before, I like Bruce Lee, but everybody would talk about how Enter the Dragon, when Enter the Dragon's up here, I agree with everyone there. But I was always a big fan of Street Fighter, but they were so different. I mean, here you have, I don't want to say Bruce Lee was a family friendly, but I mean, he kind of was in a sense. Yeah, R-rated, I believe, Enter the Dragon, but it wasn't too bad. Not to the level that Sonny Chiba took it, ripping out throats and ripping off penises and stuff. He took it to a level we haven't seen to this day. So I always kind of wondered, not only could he win, but could he have been? Why wasn't he the next big thing? When Bruce passed, why didn't some studio go, let's get this guy and elevate him?
And that's a great question. I had researched him a little bit myself, and I thought he just stopped, after he did a few of his films, but no, he kept on making films. And I don't know what it was, if it was the companies he was associated with, the movies, a lot of it has to do with your story itself, and then the soundtrack of the movie and the editing, who was choreographing the film, all that. And I think you're right. Sonny Chiba's performance was more gutter. It was just more, intense and violent. And then Bruce Lee took more of the aesthetic beauty and then incorporated that into the techniques. Bruce Lee's spinning kicks were just beautiful to watch. He would just spin and you go, ah. Sonny Chiba would take his sword, go through his own wife to kill the guy who's holding his wife. But you would never go, ah. You'd go, oh my gosh, look at this guy. I mean, he's just so intense, and totally different, type of films than the Bruce Lee films. Bruce Lee's were more, I think, for the average fan that liked the aesthetic beauty of the technique of the karate. And he had power too, but we wanted to see that personality. And that's one of the things Sonny had was personality too. A lot of the films being made, the emphasis is on the action, the mass action, and how much of it, but not so much on the character itself. And Bruce Lee, all of the emphasis was on him. People lived and died by Bruce Lee when he was in his heyday. People don't realize it. I just remember when he passed away, there was 1 million people that went to his funeral. I can't tell you. I don't think anyone I know now that would die, there'd be 1 million people at his funeral. But that's how much the world loved Bruce Lee. They were just in love with him, but it's because of him, his character's personality. I don't think Sonny Chiba, really projected the same kind of image. His image was totally different, just a very tough, brutal fighter on film. That could be why Bruce Lee, really ascended into the heavens compared to Sonny Chiba. They kind of washed down. We don't even know what happened to him.
He had a little bit of a resurgence after Kill Bill, and he made so many movies and TV series, but he had the longer career. But yeah, I was just kind of what because I mean, if there were ever two night and day difference, it was those two. And like I said, I always liked them both, but I always kind of wondered why didn't Chiba get a bigger share?
Well, Hollywood has what they call the it factor. And there's no right or wrong about it. He has or she has the it factor. When you see somebody on film that smiles and has that golden look, and this got it, you just like that person automatically. Wow. You just fall in love with that character on film. And then other people, they can come out and they can be in 50 movies, and you go, I've seen that guy, but I don't even know his name. I don't even know her name. But these other people, as soon as they break into films, you just go, oh, I like this person. It's just Bruce Lee was one of those. Now Bruce Lee fell in that category. He had that it factor. Man, as soon as he would just look into the camera and do his gyrations and his intensity and the facial expressions he would make, he just captured the world. Everybody would just lean towards the TV and just watch this guy. And then he was smart and he had these sayings and he was just thank God we had for my path in life was martial arts, that we had him at the beginning of that as the role model and who can inspire millions of people.